Hey, what's your problem? You have business problems? We have business solutions.
Guaranteed.
Well, maybe.
Occasionally.
Life is a fight.
It is.
In business, every day is a fight.
Sort of.
It's like a war. What's your problem?
It really is. Thank you, John David Wells, the big VO dude, for the show. A lot of people ask me, why, you do voiceovers, Jim. Why didn't you do your own voiceover for the podcast? Because it's weird. I did that the last podcast, okay? I introduced myself. It's kind of weird when you do that. So JD was kind enough, old pal of mine from Las Vegas and the radio stations I worked for out there. It kind of sounds like Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs, which I always appreciated, and he should be making a buttload of money doing that, but he doesn't. He likes talking on the radio about politics.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, check him out at wellsreport.com. This is the What's Your Problem podcast, which is a show about Middle Tennessee business owners and professionals who always they got to deal with the one thing that keeps them awake. It's always something. This is a video and audio podcast. Check us out at What's Your Problem Podcast. Please follow along, share, be a share bear. It's sharing is caring, and rate us. We're always looking for those 5-star ratings. If you can't give a 5-star, let us know why, and make us better to be a 5-star in your mind, and then give us a 5-star if you could. That would be wonderful.
Is this going to be live right now?
This is it. We're recording, man. We're going.
Wow.
Yeah. I am your host, Jim McCarthy, with Jim McCarthy Voiceovers, and that voice you hear
that voice
is my guest, Mr. Travis Watson.
Wow, here I am.
A juggernaut of creativity.
Don't get too excited, people. I'm just a normal person, flesh and blood.
He is a GERM guy. He is an airline pilot. Flies 747s, the big behemoth jets.
Country music singer.
Country music singer.
Everything. I don't know.
Yeah, actor. I think you've done some acting, right?
Yeah, a little bit. That was with the GERM guys a long time ago.
Long time ago. But as always, if you're a fan of the podcast, something we always kick things off with is the Random 5, Travis.
Oh, boy.
The Random 5 does has a sponsor.
How much time do I have to ask? How much time do I have to ask for these questions?
Really, really quick. No, you take your time.
Okay.
Random 5 is brought to you by it'syourshow.co, which is our company here. If you want a podcast like this, check us out, it'syourshow.co. Podcasts are marketing machines where you can derive all sorts of clips and content for all your socials. Best way to get your ideas out there are those micro content things, and they always come the best way authentically from conversations had in podcasts, in my opinion. So if you want your own podcast, hit us up. It'syourshow.co. Here we go. Travis, question number 1.
All right, boy.
Who out of everyone still alive would you most want to share a meal with?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I'm already brain locking. Oh, my gosh.
That's
this
all
is
right.
Overwhelming.
Think about it. It's all right.
Still alive.
Still alive.
That'd be Eckhart Tolle, I think.
Really? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he wrote the book The Power of Now. I've read that 5 times right after my mom passed away. Helped me deal with that.
Good for you.
Only 200 pages, a quick read, but man, to sit down and talk with that guy,
I can't imagine who would it be for me. Now I'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Question number 2. If you could level up in life just like in video games, where would you put your next skill point? Dude, you've had a massive amount of skill points in the last 5 years, though. I mean,
level up, new skill point. I would like to finally learn how to write a great country music song, because I have no idea how to do that. I'm just winging it, writing my own music and trying to make that awesome song.
I'm not sure if the people writing the songs know how to do it either. Oh, my goodness.
And people today aren't going to tell you if it's really good or not, because they think it's a threat. And I'm like, it's not really a threat. We're all a team working together. So.
Is that that thing I just threw, is that shade?
Next question.
Moving on. Question number 3. How does your definition of a, quote, real man differ from the mainstream stereotype of a, quote, real man?
Oh, man, being a real man is being able to go out in the woods in Alaska and survive on your own and build a log cabin and be a woodworker and just be a solid foundation, mature person to take care of the family if needed,
There you go, brother. That's an amazing answer.
Being mature. Come on.
If you follow Travis on Facebook, man, it's quite the adventure. But a lot of people are probably living vicariously through you.
I get that every month, and I don't know why. I'm just like, I'm here to live, and I'm here to have fun.
Right. That's all right.
I mean, do we all want to do what we want to do, what we enjoy doing, and I like to, I don't know, do cool stuff, I guess.
That's right.
Whatever, it's perspective, whatever. I'm also a good homebody, too, so.
Question number 4. What video game do you wish life was more like?
Mario Kart. That's an easy one. Next.
Beautiful. See, you're doing fantastic.
I did that once in Tokyo. Dressed it up in onesie, and you can go around in a cart and get a tour of Tokyo dressed up as Wario or Mario or Luigi or anything. So next time you're in Tokyo, let me know.
Now, this is this question's right up your alley.
Okay, I'm ready.
Question number 5. What's the best prank you can play on someone?
Oh. We'll go back to the basics on this. And you really try to do this with people of foreign cultures who don't know the slang of Americanism. So you just hold your finger out and say, pull my finger.
There you go.
That's it.
That's always a classic.
They never know it.
Always works, right? Well, there you go. The Random 5 brought to you by it'sYourShow.co. Check those guys, i.e. us, out if you want a podcast. Travis, it's funny. I saw the other day that you had, we were in town. Mm-hmm. I see that you're moving permanently out of the Middle Tennessee area.
Oh, man.
You've been all over the world pretty much. You've taken up flying as a main gig.
Yeah, Atlas Air and the Boeing 747 started March 2017.
Yeah.
I'm almost 6 years invested in that company, and I was living in Nashville for 13 years, and I just saw my life ahead of me, and I was like, it's time to do something drastically different. So I got out of my condo, sold my car, put stuff in storage, gave some stuff away, moved to Vietnam.
Yeah.
I was almost there. I was in Da Nang, a beautiful city that I'd love to one day retire at. So I'm glad I got a snippet of it at this early age of the game. And
you've always appeared, like in my perception, I've always imagined you, I feel like you were always older than me, but I don't think you are. I think you're younger than I am,
I'm
right?
45.
45. Okay,
yeah.
So you were not too far apart.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've always had I don't want to say you're old looking. You're not. But there's like an appeal about you or an aura that makes there's a maturity, because it feels like back in the day when I met you, you've done a lot of things. You've lived a lot of life. But as I come to find out, I mean, you're actually younger than I am. And I'm like, holy crap, I've barely, done anything. You've done a lot. You are doing what you are supposed to be doing. In my mind, you've done so much, because look at all this and look at all this stuff that you're doing. I know. You're sitting in a, living room. Well, travel, some people, the inner journey of self-awareness and growth and development, that is the ultimate journey. Right. Anybody can travel around the world and not see anything and not learn anything. Just Instagram around and pose and do all this cute stuff, but do they really see anything? Do they ever grow? Are they genuine? Are they fake? Yeah. So the true journey's inside, and that's the only journey all of us need to worry about and develop. That's it. I love it. It's a very good perspective on life, and a lot of people don't really look into that for themselves. Yes, it's a tough thing. Yes, you get bogged down by family, by the work. All the exterior stuff you get distracted by. I'm just trying to play catch up. And I tell people all the time, because of radio, not that it's, radio is a bad thing, but it's not exactly, you're not going to get rich off of it. So, I'm kind of like in the mode of, we got to catch up. I tell my kids, hey, my MO right now is to not be a burden on you kids when we get older. Yeah, financially. Right. That's all I want to get to. All the little fun things that I do, I haven't really made much money at, like the Hammock Life app and writing songs and country music and stuff. I've never made any money or had any success at it. But you know what? You had fun. I have a great time. I love traveling around and marking awesome hammock spots. And I love writing country music and being in the recording studio. It makes me so happy. So yeah. The hammock spots, I actually marked some on our 20th anniversary trip we took. Good. Isla Bella Resort in Marathon Key. Okay. Yeah. That vaguely strikes a bell. Yeah. But check that. You just started that app not long ago, right? Maybe a year and a half ago. Yeah. I had a designer in Da Nang design that for me. And he put it out there, and the idea is for people to geolocate ideal spots to set up a hammock. And just mark it, and it'll show you directions on how to get there. Right. And people may worry. People are like, well, what if a crowd develops and all that? Well, the chances of that are very low. It's a very
very, low possibility.
Now, do you have is there an Instagram channel?
There's Hammock Life app, I think,
Right.
and a Facebook as well. So
Right.
I'm on there occasionally, not all the time.
Right. But I mean, you never know when something will catch.
You never know. Maybe a hammock sponsor or a hammock company will pick it up and go, you know what? I need this to.
There's no reason why you can't actually bring it to somebody and say, hey, I just need somebody to sponsor it.
Yeah.
Help me just give basic support to it.
Yep.
And let's see where it goes.
Yep.
Make an agreement right on the front end, and as it grows and they share it out and it helps their brand and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Do you have a particular hammock brand that you like?
I like Eno.
Eno?
ENO. Yeah.
Have you ever approached them?
I've tweeted them on Twitter.
Right.
So no response
really?
yet. No response yet.
I mean, try it. Reach out to them.
Yeah.
You never know.
Absolutely. I have all the time in the world to do it. So just sitting there ready to pop.
Well, I mean, being a pilot,
Yes.
I have some friends that are pilots. There is a lot of downtime.
Yes.
Right.
I have a lot of downtime on layovers, but half the time I'm resting. I'm on a different time zone. It's weird. Everywhere I go, I have to give time to shift back to normalcy where I can focus 100% and be concentrated on that, because usually I'm just resting and just sleeping.
Yeah.
And exploring too. So there's a lot of things trying to balance it all.
There's a lot of vicarious living through the pictures you put up, and they're always beautiful pictures, really cool videos that you've put up in the past that I remember seeing. And also, you're really good at, you're always smiling. You got the greatest smile in the world, dude.
Thank you, man. And making videos, it's just like what you're doing here with the podcast. It's a form of creativity for you. And for me, it's a form of creativity for me making the videos. And Facebook for me is designed, my perspective, in my opinion only, is to post cool stuff, inspire others to push their comfort zones.
Right.
Because I'm out there trying to push mine with what energy I have. And I don't like to post controversial stuff and complain about the world and all this and that, and then topics that we all know people complain about or talk about, but just inspire others and make it fun. I'm not the kind of guy that will say always seeking positivity, because that's not reality. There's positive and negative. It's everything. It's the whole
yin and yang,
beautiful design of living on the training ground called Earth.
Yeah.
So yeah,
well, you never know what ideas will be controversial these days.
I know.
So, I mean, it's, for me, I've had a hit on a video recently, and I talked about it briefly just earlier, about, the house paying it off and taxes and stuff like that.
Yes, always paying your taxes. So technically you never really kind of own your home.
You never own your house.
I mean...
And a lot of people, it's interesting to see the conversation play out, because a lot of them take it out of context.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying not to pay your tax? That's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah.
No.
I get it.
Well, you're saying not to pay off your house? No, I'm not saying to pay off your. I wouldn't pay off my house. I wouldn't. That's not for me. Wow. But I talked about people who want to pay off their house, and they think that they don't have a payment on their house, which from a bank they don't.
Yeah.
But you still owe somebody money.
And I'm always going to owe, even though I own the house, I'm going to owe HOA fees forever too.
HOA fees?
Darn it.
Or the municipality. Everyone took it as, well, you're telling people not to pay taxes. No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
I know.
But so it's just, yeah.
Houses are always money, no matter what. Even your mortgage is over, you're still paying money on it, one project after another.
That's how they get you.
It's expensive, man. People say it's cheaper to own a home. I don't know about that. It's in different ways.
I'm trying to get people I was trying to get people to reframe the way they think. And earlier today, we did a podcast episode recording with two realtors. And I brought it up with them. I said, I'm not telling people to not buy a house.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. A house is a great investment vehicle. If you understand what it is, that you really don't own it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the point I'm making.
What do we normally own in anything in this world? We just put our mind to it. Yeah, equity. That's one word. That's it.
Right.
The actual house, I'm not attached to it. Just all about equity. It's that one thing.
Well, you have a very nomadic approach to life. So, I mean, that's,
After Vietnam and after they shut the borders, man, I had to come back for 2 years and lived on the road for a couple years. And I met my fiance coming up, and she's in Saigon right now, and filing the paperwork for that, waiting for that. And I bought a new home in Alaska.
Good for you.
Yeah, and so a little
Where
town,
in Alaska?
It's in eastern Anchorage. So by the Med Center. It's not a super great area, not a bad area, but just a comfortable.
Is it by Elmendorf Air Force Base?
No, right up the road, right up the road, and about a 10-minute drive. So, but
beautiful area.
I see the mountains off in the distance. It's Anchorage is its own interesting town. I come to Nashville, and it's a culture shock. I'm like, the life in Alaska versus life in Nashville and the surrounding areas. This is nice, comfortable living right here.
Right.
In Alaska, you're kind of semi in the wild almost. Even in the major city, there's modern-ish amenities, but not like Nashville.
Yeah, you can. There's a reality and a possibility that you could leave your house and get killed by a bear.
Absolutely. I see a bear and moose like wandering around downtown.
Yeah.
These huge moose.
That's right.
Trying to go out for a jog or a fat tire bike ride. And fat bike ride, my fat tire friends are going to be mad I didn't use the proper lingo, but you'll see moose, and I'm scared. I'm more scared of a moose than I am a bear. So
I bet. They're massive.
Yeah.
They're like the size of freaking SUVs coming after you, right?
Oh man, yeah. So it's really different. I don't know if I can live in a modern city like this anymore. I'm just, as I've gotten older, I've just that craving for the outdoors, but to a certain degree. And I'm not crazy. There's people that out adventure me by far, but I love the homebody life. I mean, being home again, a wood burning fireplace, and just putting on my unicorn onesie and my galaxy projector lights, lighting some incense, and I don't know, a little nice glass of red wine and some jazz music. That's my top choice on an evening,
What kind of, so do you have a wine club do you subscribe to?
No, I am just simple Merlot, Chardonnay, whatever.
$2 Chuck from Trader Joe's?
Not that, no. Too much sulfites, I think. But,
oh, really?
We don't have a Trader Joe's in Alaska. I don't know when they're going to have a shop there, a store there. That would be amazing.
They have a Whole Foods?
They don't.
Really?
No, they have like Sagawa Market and Cars, Carrs.
Carrs. I was up there last time in 2006.
For what?
My father always wanted to go to Alaska to go fishing, take a cruise. And my mother and he were supposed to go up there, but this is at the time when his quality of life was starting to degrade. My brother decided to step in for my mother, she's like, I'm out. I don't want to go with you because you're too far gone.
Right.
So my brother said, fine, you know what? If this is your dream, if this is how if your life is kind of winding down, let's do this.
Absolutely.
So he ended up going with him. And unfortunately, my dad saw the, Alaska from a VA hospital room. So nightmare of a trip. I actually flew out there to be with him and help my brother. But it was kind of amazing because it was about a year after we moved here. We just had our first daughter at that time. And I remember like all the things from Vegas that we missed, like Carl's Jr., which is basically Hardee's,
right?
So stuff like that,
Yeah.
the West Coast stuff.
At least you got up there in some degree.
Yeah. And that was the last time I saw him in person. But I mean, that's, it is what it is. That was 2006.
Wow.
Then he died on September 11th, 2006. He really wanted us to remember him.
When I was born. Wow. 77.
Was September 11th you were born?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What a day for you.
I know. It got me out of a couple speeding tickets. One time I got pulled over after skydiving at Skydive Houston years ago, and I think 2006 or 2004. And then the police officer happened to be born on September 11th. So yeah, he was like, I can't write you a ticket. I'll let you off.
That's crazy. Because I mean, I never knew that was your birthday.
Yeah. You're going to find out a whole lot about me on this podcast.
I hope so. I'm actually adjusting the light because I know it's pretty dark.
Can you see me? Can you see me okay?
Your lighting looks fantastic. Okay. I'm a little dark.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Okay.
People don't need to see me. So that's right. I forgot you were doing skydiving too.
I haven't jumped in 2 months. I mean, I did 8 or 9 jumps this year. Over in Palmer, over at Skydive Alaska. Beautiful drop zone. The climb out's amazing on the 206 and climbing up through a mountain pass and climb out. You're at 7,000 feet and a peak is right there. So beautiful, but cold.
I have a friend of mine who does it. She's out of Atlanta. Skydive Atlanta, I want to say, or Georgia or something.
Skydive, I think.
Because you were doing it here in Tennessee.
Yeah, Waverly, Music City skydiving from 2012 to 2014. 15.
I mean, you've lived a lot of life.
Not just
packing a lot in.
I don't know. I'm trying. I feel like I don't feel like I'm going to live a very long life.
Really?
So, yeah, I just got that gut feeling that my grandfather passed away at 56 or 56. My mom at 52. I think. No, she died at 56.
That'll put you into your 70s. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I just want to My dad died young. My grandfather died young. So in their 50s, they didn't.
Right.
Neither one of them made 60. So I'm kind of like, just in case.
I don't know. I'd be surprised.
We'll see.
You know, my grandfather, I think, died in early 50s. My father died at 64. So my brother and I say, we're probably good to our 70s.
Hope so. I better be, darn it. The thing is, in aviation, statistically speaking, I need to retire by 57 because 57, you have a greater chance of living till 80. The legal age is, the mandatory retirement age in aviation is 65. And the statistics say you've got about 2 to 4 years left.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to have to figure out a way to retire before I'm 60.
But I mean, you know, for what you're doing, I mean, it's still, you're not flying traditional airline. You're doing like cargo stuff.
Cargo,
right?
I love it. Yeah, long, sometimes
You
8
don't
hours.
have to deal with people.
Yeah, I know, bless their hearts. No offense, humanity, but sometimes you're a little bit too much for me.
Especially on airlines.
Yeah, and no flight attendants. And it's, for some reason,
Just
Atlas.
boxes.
Yeah, and a bunch of lithium batteries. The worst thing we could ever happen is have a big fire on board. So
Right.
at that point, we just depressurize the airplane and fight it through that, So
Right.
hopefully
But
that never happens.
but you flew early on
I did.
years ago.
At Republic Airways 2015 to 2017. And then I flew in Nashville 2008 to 2009, the King Air 100, 90 and 200, and the Cessna 414. I flew Dale Gish and a country music executive as well. And I flew Hank Jr. around and a bunch of other, I think I flew a couple politicians around. A company called Coal Mill Enterprises that shut down in 2009, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So at that time, my mother was in Nashville, and I was like having to do almost daily visits for years. Me and my ex-girlfriend Julie at the time really put forth a lot of effort to get to that chapter, and she passed in 2015.
Yeah,
So,
I remember. I remember you going through that.
yeah, that was interesting.
I had Julie on, 3 months ago.
Oh, excellent.
On the podcast. Yeah.
Good. I wish her well. I wish her well.
Yeah, she's actually helping us with our website here.
Good.
So
Good deal. I hear from her every now and then, and it was a great chapter in our lives, and no issues.
right, there you go. Yeah. I mean, you moved on. You got your fiance in Vietnam.
Yeah, Mai Ti Phu Nghe. You want to hear me talk Vietnamese?
Sure.
Tôi là Tra. Anh yêu Nashville rất nhiều.
How long did it take you to learn all that?
I don't know. I'm very, very not proficient. I can do very, very basic conversations. Like,
Is it kind of like my level of Spanish in a way?
talk to me in some Spanish? Let's see. Okay, there you go. I'm a little bit higher than that.
I could really exasperate in Spanish.
I know.
Yo hoi.
I know a song in Vietnamese. Let me see if I can hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up, the lyrics on here, because there's a lot of lyrics. Let me see. I may take a second to stroll through this.
That's fine.
Oh my gosh. The karaoke is big
That's huge.
in Vietnam. And there's a song called Hot Nua DM, and it goes, Hot Nua DM, lối nai kia sông Can Đa Môn. Hot Nua DM, cuộc chiến tha chu hết đoan đoan. Hot Nua DM, côi bếp home đum lùa đêm đen. Trên nai dua nắc chi thêm bon. Đôi ai con tam sum bon.
There you go.
I don't know those many keys right there, but that wasn't on key with the song, but whatever.
We'll get some
Oh
applause
my
for that.
gosh.
Telling you. We got a little peanut gallery in here, right?
Oh my gosh.
So you have you're doing this. You've got. She's still in Vietnam.
Yeah, waiting for the K1 visa. And that'll be a couple more months before she gets approved to
How often do you get to see each other?
every 3 or 4 months. I'm going
really?
back in December, maybe January. Definitely January.
Is she,
Not
I guess
December.
she's moving to Alaska.
Yeah, we'll see how she does it, and if she gets cold, I'm gonna put more clothes on her.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we may pack it up. I'd like to pay off the house first and then move down to Pacific Northwest, maybe Washington State, somewhere
really?
with no state income taxes.
Right.
And the good thing about Alaska, no state income tax, no sales tax. I love that. So,
It's the frontier for sure.
I love it. I need it. It's just
Last vestige of the Wild West.
I need rivers. I'm a packrafter, you know. I like to hike and climb mountains to some degree, you know, and fat bike in the snow. It's just
put up hammocks.
Put up not as much as in Alaska right now, but the best time to visit summer, really.
That's because in August, when we went up there in Anchorage, it was August.
Yeah,
so,
perfect timing.
Yeah, it was, I want to say 18 hours sunlight.
Yeah, in the summertime. Oh yeah,
yep.
It's surreal.
We got to experience that for the first time.
I'm amazed about
cool.
just the lighting is so different up there, and it's just.
I'd call my wife and it would be 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, yeah, it's sunset. She goes, you got to be kidding me. I go, yeah.
You got to force yourself because you have this unlimited energy. You want to stay up all night long and just have a good time.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. You got to force yourself to go to sleep. Wear an eye mask, everything.
Yeah. But I mean, so as far as putting a hammock out, the animals will just see, oh, it's a burrito hanging from a tree.
Absolutely. One of these days I'll make some money off that darn thing. We'll see.
Well, it's out there. You never know. More people know about it. That's the key.
Yeah.
And when you put up a hammock, if it's by a lake, if it's in a nice picnic area, and you really enjoy it, put it up on Hammock Life because there's a little bit of residual income they can. Make, right?
There's a marketplace section inside the app where you can a whole list of different apps that you can order or different hammocks that you can order and. Through the marketing, I'll do the sale of that. I get a percentage of the sale. So it's set up, you know.
That's like, what do they call that?
I can't think what type of marketing it's called.
Affiliate.
Affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Yep.
But I mean, if you got the hammock company behind you doing that as well, I mean, dude,
yeah,
that's a no-brainer to me.
I know.
Go get them. Maybe that's the problem. Hold on. I got to play the...
What's your problem?
Maybe we just solved it. It's my own requisite. I got to play the piece that, what is your problem?
Do it.
But I think it's amazing. You've always been a fascinating person to me because you do so many things. I mean, a lot of people look at what I do and they think I do so many things, but it's out of necessity. I gotta feed the family.
I hear you. Half of what I do is
it's adventure.
Got to pay bills. I don't know. I mean, you got to make money too, and I don't. I kind of live a life. I admit it, of limited responsibilities right now.
Right.
So when family time comes and future kids come, then I'm sure that'll all change.
And you'll be more than prepared for it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
My biggest constraint is just my immaturity sometimes, It's like I feel like I didn't start growing up till I was 28 and then...
Dude, you're talking to somebody who spent his life making, stupid freaking sounders and, writing ridiculous things for a guy to say.
There's a certain difference about you and your maturity that far exceeds mine, I believe. And it's just like, there's, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't done really too much stupid stuff. It's just like, I don't know. I'm a little bit too much to handle sometimes. And I get that.
Right.
I'm happy with that, though. It's fine.
But the creative side of it is a lot of fun.
It is.
You got the Germ guys. We did.
Man, that was
right.
That was an amazing reality TV project with kind of like a Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen kind of angle. I really wish he could have signed on to that as producer and director of all that.
For those of you who have not heard of the Germ guys, explain the premise of it.
Oh man, yeah. First off, we'll start off with the definition of Germ as someone who slavishly adores and sucks up to a celebrity, tries to go backstage at any possible moment, and they get backstage and they annoy everybody. So, and those are real people out there,
Is there somebody in mind that you had in mind basing your character Hank?
Nah, nobody.
Or is it an amalgamation of different people?
Amalgamation of different people.
Really?
And just some random name I made up. And the premise was if we shoot an episode, we'd go out with their GoPros with an idea and just improv with real people in real situations, which is absolutely terrifying to do. We had a mission behind it because we knew we had to edit a certain way. We knew when we were germing somebody, we knew that the end result, if we ever met that celebrity, the episode would be over. So we're like, okay, the music industry took our germ shirts as literal. And the trick is the germ guys were the stars of the show, not the celebrities, because once you meet a celebrity, the show's over. It's like, what do you do now?
So it's about the story of meeting
them and how they screwed up every step of the way. So if you watch a germ op on YouTube, you'll notice there's no celebrities in it because the germ guy screwed it up every time.
Because they never reached their objective.
Just bumbling idiots, And the mayhem and the chaos that ensued through all that it was terrifying to film, being in just crazy situations. I mean, one time we gurmed Halloween, and we dressed up in white sheets, and we walked around Music Row trick-or-treating as ghostwriters, so you know how there's ghostwriters in books. Well, maybe there's ghostwriters in country music. So we hunted around for candy, and we tried to get a publishing deal as ghostwriters, so.
And what were the reactions like?
Well, that's all on video. You have to see that. So
they're all on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't checked it in a while. It's been so long. So,
is there any plan to rekindle the?
Oh man, if we had the right driving force behind it. It's a type of comedy that's far ahead of its time in America. They don't show that kind of stuff on TV.
Yeah.
If somebody really. And a lot of people just didn't understand it. So it's complex comedy, not simple comedy like it is on TV. If we had the right people on board, man, if Sacha Baron Cohen got on board with it with his humor, because it's right up his alley,
yeah,
I would consider it, because it was terrifying and I loved it but hated it. It was just, I don't know, but I'm a different person now. Back then, that was me doing that, being an actor, an improv actor. But the lessons I learned, everybody should go through improv classes, because it'll teach you a profound sense of confidence in dealing with real world situations. And I took those lessons from the GGs and I apply it to my life today. And my confidence level is just so much better than it was prior to the GGs.
Really?
So improv classes, because that's just, people will throw you certain situations and ideas and thought patterns at all times and big crowds and whatever. But if you learn to improv and just being able to dance on a dime at each situation, your confidence level is just there, and you can just grasp any situation by the horn if you so desire.
It's like creating the tools and putting them in your social toolbox.
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Car business was like that for me.
Yeah,
learning.
You really learned how to brand well, and you put like so much effort behind it in videos. And oh man, I was so impressed by that.
Thank you. It was one of those things that eventually I just got tired of being burned by the organization I worked for. But, eventually it just, it taught me the fundamentals of selling and creating the foundation, and then taking those fundamentals and foundations and turning them into your own voice.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that improv, I think, would actually probably be handy for anybody running a business.
Absolutely. I get a feeling, I can detect immediately if someone feels insecure about themselves. They get kind of like a Truman Show kind of persona about them, where they're putting on an act.
Yeah.
They're kind of, I can sense it immediately. I don't ever say it, but it's not being fake. It's just an unsuredness about them that they have. But man, improv lessons would solve that. It's just,
you relax.
Yeah. It's just,
you had to get out of your own skin and make stuff happen, especially in that ecosystem of the Germ guys. I mean, I would imagine that like Impractical Jokers is similar.
Yeah, it's practical jokers are more like simple pranks.
Yeah,
and that's it.
I think the four friends that they got the bug in the guy's ear, and they got to tell him what to say, and if he doesn't say it, he loses.
Yep.
What a great premise.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's simple, and people get it. Bam. Yeah. A lot of times with the Germ guys, some people didn't understand it, and that may have been a hindrance.
Right.
So.
There was a project I actually helped Julie with, when was that? About 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nedge.
Nedge. Oh man, I met him in London.
Oh my gosh.
What a character, what a talent. His projects, and
the most awkward situations. He will hold a straight face and push that envelope.
We added him to the team a long time ago, and man, what an addition. We never really got to film an actual Germop at the time in Nashville.
Yeah.
But man, what a talent. He almost scored his own TV show, came that close years ago, but unfortunately didn't work out. And man.
He does like a dance class or something with his wife. That's how he makes the most his living.
I'm not sure what he does.
But he's got a beautiful family, beautiful wife,
gorgeous kids,
great looking guy in general.
Oh, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
I laughed so hard I almost pissed myself.
I like his rodeo where he jumps on random people and rides them for as long as he can. And
they did a prank called the briefcase wanker prank.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Dude, they went out and we bought a bunch of sex toys.
Right.
Put them in a briefcase.
Right.
Parked our cameras around an intersection in downtown Nashville. So I was up in one of the bars looking down in the second floor.
Y'all did this?
Yeah.
With Nedge?
Yeah, she hired me as a second camera.
Wow.
So I'm like, what are they doing? He's going to walk across the crosswalk in a business suit with his business briefcase in front of all the traffic, all the tourists and the people crossing the street.
Oh my gosh.
And his briefcase is going to open up with all these sex toys spilling out of the road.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I was almost shitting myself. I was laughing so hard.
That's on YouTube. I've got to watch that.
It's somewhere. I don't know if I know the Nashville, like a sample reel.
Right.
I've never found the footage. But
oh my gosh.
dude, I freaking died laughing.
I'm going to have to text Julie that today and ask for it.
I said, I texted my wife. I said, you have no idea what the hell I'm doing. None. You'll never guess what I'm doing.
And you don't want to know.
Yeah. Oh no, she was all about hearing it. She thought it was hilarious too. But I mean, that's so it was so funny.
People, it's incredible.
So you're moving forward. You got the Hammock app, potentially maybe a Gerb reunion down the road. You never know. Maybe
who knows what's going to happen.
I mean, maybe it's you kind of planted the seed and you nurture it now. You know?
Who knows?
What's the future look like?
Man, I'm just being a homebody and doing the adventure life, loving Alaska, and working on new music, a new single called Bring 'em Beer. And I'm in the studio now recording The Nickel Man. And, that's always been a long time dream of mine. But at 45 years old, I think I'm kind of getting kind of old. It's like, come on.
You got to do it for you.
I do it for me first and foremost. But to have a voice and to sing about the topics I do, it's, I don't like singing like easy love story songs. I like to sing about actual things I've lived and thought about and topics that make people kind of squirm a little bit and think a little bit, so, but yeah, man, I've been working on that and just, the future, just flying and being healthy as long as I can, waiting for Nyan to get here and just see where life goes.
Nice.
I don't know what's going to happen. It's one day at a time.
Footloose and fancy free.
That's it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's an enviable, and there's a lot of wisdom in the way. And I mean, not that you're irresponsible or anything, but there's a way to look at life like that.
Yeah,
you got to take it day by day. Some of our best adventures came from, literally when I lost my job in 2016.
Yeah.
Okay. And that first half of 2016, or the second quarter and third quarter, and even the rest of the year, was just adventure for us because. We had a trip to Disney planned for the family for the first time ever.
Yep.
My wife's like, what are we going to do about that? I don't know.
You're just going to have to go anyway.
We're going to go. How are we going? We're going to figure it out. And we figured it out. And what turned out to be...
Wrong pipe.
Yeah, right?
God.
What turned out to be a...
You can edit that part out.
That's fine. I don't edit any of this.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Embarrassing.
Dude, I got up and fixed a light during this whole thing.
I'm a real person. It's okay.
That's right. When we, in 2016, had that adventure, how are we going to spend a week in Florida? We already had this planned, all this other stuff. And what turned out to be a week turned out 2 weeks in Florida because I booked a video shooting gig in Deerfield Beach.
Wow.
And it was a tax write-off. You just never know.
There's a bigger design, a bigger plan in action that we, moment by moment, we really don't know bigger picture what's going on until we give it time to unravel.
Yeah.
So there's always something, someone, God, whatever you believe in, looking over everything, know, and it's just, I can't describe it. We only see a sliver of what's going on from moment to moment to moment.
Buddy, if there was anybody that needed a podcast, it's you. Hosting your own show.
Oh, gosh. Don't plant the seed, Jim McCarthy.
Already did. Because, you're vivacious. You got a great personality. You led the Germ guys. You were the head guy.
Oh, man.
There's star quality there.
Well, one day at a time.
Yeah.
Life's not over yet.
Hey,
anything's possible.
Rodney Dangerfield, Colonel Sanders, who else late in life?
Who knows?
Hit it.
It's never too late. I'll never say no.
You keep on pushing forward. So how do people follow you and everything?
Oh, they can follow me on Instagram, Travis Ray Watson, Facebook, Travis Ray Watson, Twitter, Travis Ray Watson.
RAY.
RAY. Yes, Reverb Nation. What else?
And you're just putting out song. You have a link tree, maybe?
Yeah, there's one on reverbnation.com/Travis Ray Watson. A bunch of old songs that are co-wrote with Julie. And yeah.
I always thought about writing a song.
Yeah, about what?
About writing a song.
That's possible. Absolutely. It's crazy.
It's very,
You handle the lyrics. I'll get the melody and the arrangements.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not a lyric guy.
But I mean, I would imagine that the country music scene is poised for that shift has got to happen.
It's interesting. I listened to country radio for the first time in a long time, driving up to Cincinnati, and unfortunately, I had to Shazam a lot of artists.
What does that mean?
Where Shazam is an app where it'll listen to the song, it'll tell you what artist it is.
Okay.
Because a lot of newer country music singers now, unfortunately, in my mind, my ignorant ears, they all sound really, really similar. So I had no idea who was it on the radio. And I was like, oh, okay, great songs. I loved it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell who it was. I don't know what's going on, whether Music Row is struggling to find unique vocalists, or they don't want to because they don't want to take a chance on somebody too extreme, or it could be the mix.
Yeah.
Some songs like, Dierks Bentley is one of my favorite modern day country. His smoky voice that's really distinct. But on a few of his songs, the mix sounds weird. It's kind of like blended out. I'm like, what happened there? So I worry that a lot of singers sound similar, but I get it. I've heard the saying that in Music Row, you want to be different, but not too different. You know, so I get it.
But you got to be you. The country thing is all about authenticity as well.
That's true. And, and that's what I try to aim for in my country music. And, it's try to be real to myself, and people love it. Cool. And if they hate it, cool. Either way, it's fine by me.
A lot of the country music that we listen to these days is born out of the, Georgian backwoods, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. Maybe there's something about the Alaskan frontier. There's a musicality that can come out of there.
There is country music up there. I'm starting to get to know it. And
it's huge country music market.
I finally got my nice guitars coming up, or it's already waiting for me up there. I had it shipped up there, and I'm going to start doing some acoustic gigs around town and just,
nice.
My voice is so weird. I don't know too many cover songs. My only choice is to sing originals because my voice sounds weird singing cover songs.
What's your karaoke go-to?
Oh, I like Wicked Game by Chris Isaak, or I've Got You Under My Skin by Frank Sinatra. Do you have you want to sing some karaoke now? Can you?
I mean, you can probably, a cappella it.
I'm not doing that. One Vietnamese song was enough.
My go-to is Neil Diamond.
Ooh.
Yeah. America.
Man.
I sang that up in Cleveland, Ohio.
Gosh, karaoke's fun.
Yeah.
I was at the Rowdy Beaver Saloon, I think, for the first time on 3rd Avenue and sang some karaoke over there.
In Nashville?
In Nashville.
Okay. I thought that was in Alaska.
Like last week. Now there's a Rowdy
Beaver.
Yeah.
I would not anticipate that being a saloon.
Yeah, it was fun.
I would imagine that being a truck stop type of establishment off of South 65 just before you get to Alabama.
Ouch. Yeah.
Otherwise known as the Booby Bungalow.
Oh, gosh.
If you ever wanted to name a strip club, call it the Rowdy Beaver.
Wow. Sounds perfect.
Oh, man, always a blast to catch up with you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for being in touch, and I appreciate your friendship all throughout these years.
Yeah, man, I saw you pop into town. I'm like, oh, my gosh, I got to see if you can come by and do a podcast.
Absolutely. I would not have missed this for the world.
Thank you, buddy.
Yep.
So follow Travis. All the links will be down below and all that fun stuff. And, of course, go to what'syourproblempodcast.com. Let us know how we're doing. Give us a like, a subscribe, or rate, share us out. Sharing is caring, and be a share bear. And let us know what else we think we should do. Hit us up. You can connect with us there. What'syourproblempodcast.com. Travis.
Yo.
Thanks. Good seeing you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. See you next time.